Gentlemen, start your engines.
Okay, let's get the show on the road. So this is Skitching. I don't know how many of you have played it before. It's a game for the Mega Drive that was essentially Road Rash on rollerblades. And it is great. I actually probably prefer it to Road Rash if I'm being honest. But I love Road Rash too. I think game mode and all this nonsense, I think Skitch is the best idea. Do I go for the comedy name like Dell suggested? Because that's how you get the views on the YouTube. I think I shall just go with my own name because I am very boring. Yeah! Look at the state of that guy. Look at him there. With that haircut. Who's he think he is? Thinks he's bloody David Essex. Hark at him. God, I don't know about the other guy. It's fucking Bozo the Clown. Emulation seems to be a little bit messed up on this. The horizon. If you look at the skyline at the top. I still remember how to play this. I haven't played this since I was a kid. So basically the idea is that you have to hang on to cars to get your speed up, a bit like Back to the Future. And obviously you can punch the other skaters like, not like Back to the Future, but like Road Rash. Who put bloody oil on the road? Careless twats. Yeah, it is a bit dangerous, Avril. Look, oh, look at that. There's even a warning at the start of the game that you missed because I hadn't done the emulation properly, but it says, don't try this at home, kids. In the same way that Jet Set Radio had a little warning saying, don't graffiti in real life, which is ridiculous, I thought. So I've just knocked that guy out. You can then... The idea is to sort of chain onto the cars in order. Bloody hell, look, there's 4 of us on this bloody thing now. Hello, Sploff. So... Ah, fucking hell. There's also ramps you can grab onto to do tricks. I'll try one now. Oh dear. Fifth place. This is pretty pitiful display for first race of the game. Let's try another trick. Oh, I missed the ramp. I'm an idiot. Oh, for... Right. I will win this race if it's the last thing I do. Right, have it, you bastard, have it. Oh, for fuck's sake, the race is over. Third. Oh, he's happy with that though. My little character's doing a little air pump thing, so I guess I am awesome. That's the last we ever heard of Avril again. Live from Denver Outlaw, Sports presents the Skitching Championships. Well, I suppose you should be American, really. I can't really do American accents. I can only do sort of country bumpkin hick accent. Live from Denver Outlaw, Sports presents the Skitching Championships. That's enough of that. I don't want to rape your ears too much.
I thought you said you could do that accent.
No! Oh, fuck off, Dill.
I feel misadvertised you.
Yeah.
Can I have my money back?
Yeah, I'll just rest it in my account for a bit and then you can have it. Why is my skater now changed clothes?
Because I've entered the room, obviously.
Is this now representative of you, Del?
Yeah, I'm the cool one, you see. I'm
What,
bodacious.
With with these yellow and brown clothes.
Yeah, it's wicked, man.
It's more like the colour of diarrhea, mate. So is this car as well.
Well, it's also reflective of your own stream as well.
Avril wants the voice again. You see, popular demand, Del. That's just it. You do great accents and the people demand more.
If you call one person popular demand...
Yeah, but Avril counts for 10,000 people, so get your facts straight.
How many Avrils do you have in your head?
I think they're like a sort of termite nest. They've taken over.
And sort your emulation out.
Yeah, I know. It's just this game. It just can't be emulated properly, I think.
No, I can do it properly, obviously.
What? You're an emulator, are you?
I am an emulator.
An emulator of a human being. Yeah, it's a bit dodgy, I think, the coding on that.
So, Ed, what games have you got lined up today? Have you gone through a list, or are you making it up?
This is literally the only game I pre-planned for.
Because you claim to have done hours of preparation.
I was talking about the TV streams, not this. This is all very cobbled together with no real planning.
I've spent hours choosing a game. Ooh.
Why can I not do the tricks in this? He just keeps falling over.
Because you're bad at games, Ed.
Oh, now I've got run over as well. Well, there shouldn't be cars on the road then, should there? It's a stupid place to have cars, to be honest.
I think you'll find the skaters are in the wrong.
They're what?
The skaters are in the wrong because generally cars go on the road, skaters go in a skate park.
Well, I think you'll find it's cars that go in skate parks.
Jesus Christ, brush up on your Tony Hawks.
What, the comedian?
Yeah, that's it. He's very good at skateboarding.
He's actually on his website. Oh, for fuck's sake! On his website, he's actually got a section devoted to him responding to people who email him thinking he's the skateboarder.
Well, he's that type of guy. He's the type of guy who would take a refrigerator around Ireland with him while he went hitchhiking.
Yeah, he's wacky. He's zany. Ed is in intensive care, apparently. Am I in a coma right now? Is this all in my head? Is it like the thing you're streaming with the head in a jar?
Wake up, Ed. Wake up. We need you back, Ed. Don't let it get you. Don't give in. The game's not real. The stream's not real. It's never been real.
In Denver, the car and all is on the same side of the road. So be sure to watch out for traffic behind you and stay out of the way. See, that was spot on. I think you'll find that was very accurate. To the Americans.
Do you have to own your own gold mine in the hills somewhere?
I might do, but you'll never know about it, because I know what you like. Unless you want to go down with chains on and dig me some gold.
You call me a gold digger?
Yeah, well, I think actually every one of your exes would do that.
Very witty.
Just call me Witty Davis.
You might as well have done a your mum joke.
That's about your level, mate. I'll leave them to you.
Yo, mama!
It's a very nice person. She brought you up very well. Is that how it goes? That's the idea.
See, I saw your mama kicking a can down the street last week. I asked her what she was doing and she said, "Move in." Come on, Ed. This is content.
Yes, it is content. Whether it's good or bad is a different matter entirely.
I don't know if the kids can do it, Ed. You can do it.
Well, I'm trying to talk a bit more than I did last time, so... I actually did a trick there for the first time ever.
Can you do any tricks with your cigarettes?
I can blow smoke rings, but only accidentally.
So you don't do that sort of thing where you get like 10 in your mouth and then you swallow them and put another 10 in, but then you make all 20 appear again?
Yeah, but that's just dinner, and that's just throwing up after dinner. How to kill a conversation the Ed way.
You're listening to Ed's Awful Games Cast.
I did say it was awful, so you can't get me on that one.
I think it's AIDS tier.
Avril can blow smoke squares. I won't ask from where, but, you know.
It's because she has a square mouth.
Yeah.
When she was a kid, someone attacked her with a set square.
Oh, there's weapons on the ground. I'm not really picking them up, though.
Your weapons on the ground. Let's hear some more of your voices then. What else have you got in the
Well, I
tank?
did Scottish on the other night's thing, if you remember.
Did anyone notice?
Yeah, I got praised for it. People said coo, all sorts. They might have just been humouring me, to be honest, though.
Well, if I'd met you in real life, I'd humour you.
Oh, I bet you would, you dirty old bollocks. Roadkill. I think that's enough of that game.
Yeah. You've exhausted your entire games list now, haven't you?
That's it, yeah, so... It is sort of just choosing general stuff now, and I don't know what to do.
Right, see you for the next stream then.
Yeah, that was a great stream. Thank you for watching, people. Bye.
Play the theme tune. It could be so good for you.
Don't you dare, Del.
I've got a good idea.
I've got a good idea. Don't ever fucking sing that song in front of me.
It could be so good for you.
There's a game here called Space Funky Bob. Try that. That sounds fun.
It sounds funky.
It does. But is it radical? Oh, it's this. I had this, but it wasn't called Space Funky Bob. It was just called Bob.
Bob.
What? Oh, for fuck's sake. Technical difficulties, folks. Sorry. Avril's played it too, yeah. I had this on, well, the Mega Drive, which is what I'm playing it through emulation. Why is it called Space Funky Bob, though? That's what I don't understand. Can someone look that up and see if that's what it was called in a different country or something? Oh, I think I've just answered my own question. The text was in Japanese there. Oh, I haven't played this since I was a kid. So it's a robotic ant going around shooting things, and that's all. And he lands on his nuts and hurts himself. And that's the game, basically. So, how was your delicious Chinese, Del? Del has left, people. I think the police have got him for eating Chinese people. Toe Jam and Earl 2. Yeah, I could give that a go. I'll do that now. Hold on. The sound of scrolling. The sound of scrolling.
Hello?
Hello.
Is that it? Am I on?
Hello. Can you hear me? Hello.
Yeah.
Your mic's very quiet. Could you turn it up a bit, please?
Is that any better?
Yeah, that's much better, thanks.
I just want to ask you, Eddie, while
Yeah.
you're choosing a game and that, why do you hate Minder so much? It's a fairly inoffensive program, man. It's not that fucking bad.
I don't know, I just find it horribly depressing.
Yeah, I guess I can see that.
So you can't really disagree there. I've got you there. I've got you banged to rights, man.
I don't know. I do like Minder.
Oh no, I'm sure. But also, it's what is going on now? What a palaver. Avril, I cannot find Toe Jam and Earl 2, please. Does it have an alternate title or something? Also, could you not play music on my stream, please? Flouncer.
Not me.
What's going
Not
on?
me, man.
Is Dell fucking with my stream from beyond the...
It's Dell. He was getting all footloose on you.
He doesn't like other people streaming, he gets very jealous. Yeah, Panic on Funkatron, I'll have a look for that.
Get footloose, Ed. Get footloose.
Dell, was that you fucking with my stream?
Kick off your Sunday shoes, Ed.
Bloody shan't.
You need to loosen it up a bit in here.
Yeah, take off that tie, Ed. What are you, my dad? Come on.
I've not worn a tie since 1997.
You're not taking it off.
Oh, that's also true, yeah.
It's just ribbons now. You look like Fred Flintstone. Hello, Flouncer.
Hey, Dell. How are you today?
I'm good. I'm enjoying winding up Ed. It's my new favourite hobby.
Yeah, you do seem to enjoy it a little bit too much for my tastes.
You didn't know what was going on for a minute there.
I thought
That's what
it
made
was
it funny.
Flouncer. I was like, for fuck's sake, man.
You're lucky I couldn't find my Minder record.
I bet you were looking for it and all.
I was, that's why I went quiet.
They did a novelty single, didn't they? A novelty Christmas single.
Oh my god.
They both released solo singles, and then one together. I have them all.
I can happily go the rest of my life without ever hearing that, I think.
Well, I'm sure I'm gonna get you with them one day.
Oh, I don't doubt you will.
When you least expect it, you're gonna meet a nice girl, bring her back to the flat, like open a bottle, relaxing on the couch, you're starting to smooch a bit, and then suddenly Arthur Daly's gonna come wailing into your
Oh,
life.
that's an instant mood killer, man. Oh no.
It's gonna happen.
Lord.
It's as good as done, yeah. So anyway, I was going to say I had a nightmare last night in which I was broadcasting over webcam, and for some reason I started masturbating live on stream, and then I got cancelled by everyone in chat. Then I woke up and went, oh, thank God, that was just a fucking dream.
Have you seen that video of that Twitch streamer that accidentally left his cam on while he jacked off?
Yes,
Came
I
back to
have.
the stream?
Yeah. And he tries to be all nonchalant. And he goes like,
Yeah.
oh, I didn't realise it was on. But he's hoping no one noticed. He doesn't say anything about it.
He's lucky no one tipped for it, otherwise he'd get kicked off. It's like he could accidentally have become a cam whore if someone had tipped at that point. Like,
Yeah, it's a steady, terrible decline into how these things come about. Avril, what am I supposed to be doing in this game? Why can I not do anything?
you're meant to be This game works best if you've got 2 players. You know that.
Oh, am I supposed to be? Oh.
Because someone else can be the other guy.
Oh, I'm in 2-player mode, right. I'll reset it.
Press the panic button. Press it. Actually, have you seen that website that's just a button you can press and it just makes everything calm for you?
I would believe you, but knowing you, you're probably going to send me to some place that's full of horrible viruses that will kill my computer.
Would I do that?
Yes, you bloody well would.
No, I would never send viruses to anyone. I'd never do that. I might send you to Goatsy or Lemon Party.
Oh. What's it? Wait, you're also supposed to press up on trees and bushes to look for earthlings and then shoot jars at them to trap them. Oh, so it's just
2
like real
eggs,
life.
1 cup.
Right.
2 eggs, 1 cup.
Oh, my days. That was faked, apparently, wasn't it?
I don't know. I'm talking about 2 eggs, 1 cup.
Well, obviously not that, yeah. So do I play as the fat one or the thin one, otherwise known as Toe Jam or Earl?
Well, play the one that
Choices,
represents
choices.
you the most.
Well,
I've never seen this game before. I've heard of it, but
I'll go.
It doesn't matter, Ed. Whichever one you picked is the wrong choice.
Right, I've gone for the fat one.
Wrong choice.
Oh, this is better. I'm now able to move. I went for Earl because he looks like he's more of a cannabis smoker, so that's more me. And he looks like he likes a nice pie.
It looks like he likes a nice trampoline.
Yeah, what's this thing? It's like that thing out of Big Trouble in Little China with all the eyes.
I think it looks more like Krang from the Teenage Mutant
Oh
Ninja
yeah,
Turtles.
it does a bit. Yeah. Shake the trees. Oh yeah. Wait. Oh what? Press up. Oh right.
Does Flouncer need to get closer to his mic a bit?
Yeah, you are a bit quiet, Flouncer.
just a sec.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to get a better mic sorted. I think this one's a bit. It's not ideal.
Are you using one of the ones from Poundland?
Not quite, but it is like an extremely cheap instrument mic that I got off Amazon.
He's stuck some wires into a potato.
This game is quite trippy, not just visually, but control-wise. It's very floaty. It's like, you know, those dreams where you jump and you can sort of semi-fly?
No, never had one.
I thought that was a fairly common dream.
No, just you, Ed.
Oh,
Apparently, if you dream of falling, it means that you slept with your feet off the edge of the bed.
is that right? That's
Our
interesting.
rules demanding violence. She's telling you to
Oh,
kill
I can
her.
kill. I thought I just had to avoid. I'm such a pacifist. I'm so used to adventure games. I don't generally try.
No, she's talking about me and Flouncer. She wants you to
Okay.
kill us with wit and jokes and awesome things. Come on, Ed. No pressure.
Where are these kids I'm supposed to be rescuing from Micheal Jackson?
You're supposed to be catching them.
Catching them? Oh, so I'm playing as the paedophile.
Sounds a bit sinister, doesn't
Yeah,
it?
but
Really?
they're attacking me. Why am I? I put a tin down. Does that help? No.
Oh, I know a game you can play later. Mick and Matt Global Gladiators.
Oh yeah, I used to play that as a kid. That's just one big advert for McDonald's, isn't it?
You love it.
I used to like McDonald's, but they don't really offer many vegetarian options, so I sort of had to give it up regretfully. I remember going in there when I'd become vegetarian and saying, "What do you have for veggies?" And they said, "Well, we do a salad wrap." It's like, "Oh right, because I'm veggie, that means I like rabbit foods." Got you? Oh.
You could, for ages, you couldn't even have the fries because they were fried in like beef fat.
Oh, I never really
There
thought
was
about that.
There was a big issue of that. If you've ever read Fast Food Nation, there's loads of stuff about McDonald's in there about
Yes,
how
I have. I did read that. Yeah.
it opens up and things like that.
Yeah, I forgot that. I
Yeah,
have
they
to.
are bastards for that.
Coca-Cola are really bad as well for like stealing third world countries' water supplies for Coca-Cola.
Oh, it's possible to drown here, Ed, apparently.
I know.
Yes.
I just, yeah. I drowned. This game is horrible. I'm sorry, Avril, but this is. Although I'm not very good at it, so I'm probably just unfairly saying it's shit because I'm crap at it.
And did you know that Walker's Crisps is actually part of the Pepsi company?
I think I heard that somewhere. Yeah.
There's
Maybe
only
just
about
now though.
3
2 seconds ago.
now.
I mean, yeah, corporations aren't. I don't know why people sometimes think they should be altruistic. It's obviously any time a company pretends to be altruistic, such as movie studios doing the whole woke thing, it annoys me when people think that's being genuine. It's there because that's what they think is going to sell tickets. Let's not pretend they actually give a shit because they don't.
Or innocent in their bobbly hats.
In their what hats?
Have you not seen the innocent cheeses? Like, every now and then they'll run a promotion where they invite people to knit tiny little bobbly hats to go over the bottles. And it's like meant to raise awareness for some sort of thing. But the funny thing is, some people will literally knit kind of pink and purple helmets to go over the bottles. They look like cocks.
Oh, right, okay. Avril keeps telling me not to drown, and I keep drowning.
And you can also, like, because it's a woolly hat, you can pull it down like it's a foreskin.
Oh, lovely. How do I get out of the water?
I think you don't. You go up to the top and you jump out.
I can't jump. I'm going to drown again.
You are a white man.
I'm pressing all the buttons.
Can't jump.
Yeah. I think it's more sort of. Oh, I did it. Welcome to Pedo's Groove Pad. Oh no. Who is Pedo? Put coin in my anus, child, and I will do a jig for you. I don't like this guy.
I'm so gonna clip that out.
I'm a pedo hunter. Have it, you pedo. Have it. Have it. Have it.
I take it this won't be making the highlights package.
Oh, this is quality stuff, man.
This is the best banter of you calling yourself a paedophile.
No, I wasn't calling myself one. I was the little green fella, the little squat guy. He's pedo. The game said so. Look, there's a spaceship. He doesn't do anything with it though. Get in it.
Come into my spaceship / van.
Yeah, yes, try it. It's just a hunk of junk that's made from the scrap pile to make it look all exciting. It's got little LEDs on it to make it look all whizzy. Come inside, children. Come and check it out. Look at the mattress. Look at the space-age mattress lying down inside.
Hello, little children. Would you like a sweetie? Would you like to taste my sherbet fountain?
That's the intergalactic equivalent of a rape van.
That's a Cab TV meme, that one, the rape van. Rape/murder van.
Oh, will a stream ever go by where pedos do not get mentioned?
You started it.
I did. I'm not blaming anyone else. I'm blaming my own stupid brain.
I'll expect your resignation in the morning.
Okay.
Footloose. Come on, Ed, get footloose.
So I have to get the kids, according to Avril. That's not me just saying that.
I think it's a bit like Cool Spot, where, you know, in Cool Spot you got to collect all the cool spots before you can exit. It's like same as that, so you got to locate them.
What's this thing? Press.
Sit them, Ed. Come on, it's obvious.
Right. Follow the arrow. There's a kid. So what do I do? Throw a can. Oh look, he's in a jar now, and I've picked him up. I think I have got it now. Oh. So what? But okay, Avril, what is this fucking ugly great big bollock for? I'll just wait till I get an answer because I really don't know what the hell that is for. It's just a rock. Why can I push it?
To quote WWF, I did it for the rock. if you know that angle.
I can see where you're going with that, but yeah.
You know the bit where Rikishi claimed he ran over someone leading it for the Rock.
It was Steve Austin, wasn't it?
Yeah, to write him off the telly. The same wrestler whose finishing move was called the Stink Face, which involved him shoving his fat ass into your face.
I think it was implied that he farted in your face.
He was a sweaty man.
Big, fat, sweaty man.
Oh, there's another...
And he'd do that while someone else in the ring would do a move called the Worm, and he'd spell out the word worm.
Oh, it sounds like great entertainment. It's about on level with what's going on right now.
Well, he does look a bit like Rikishi.
He does.
I do not know any of the people you're talking about.
Come on, get educated.
Get educated about what? Wrestling?
Wrestling, yeah. Wrestling's the tits.
Yeah, I agree, it is tits.
What have you got against wrestling, Ed, now?
Did you say wrestling or wrestling?
It depends which type of wrestling you're watching.
Oh, I suppose, yeah, mud wrestling.
Foxy boxing.
That just makes me think of Foxy Bingo and that creepy little fucking furry bastard.
Oh no, I wouldn't want to see him taking his clothes off.
Oh, God, there's a bloody nightmarish thought.
So have you never watched wrestling then?
Well, I've seen bits, obviously, but actually sat down and watched it. Good God, no, man. I do have some standards.
You don't?
No, I do.
You played Adult Party cartoon on your show, Eddie, that you've obviously not got a brilliant standard.
This game is crazy difficult, really. Considering this is still just the first level.
Well, it's those video rental places, isn't it? They wanted to make the games like last really long.
Yeah.
So you have to keep coming back for them.
So I don't know how many kids are...
Puts kids in jars. It's just
Yeah.
concept.
I think it's that bit that says 15.
What? 15. What, 15 left? Oh, there's one left somewhere. Oh. Well, that little bastard could be anywhere. Can he be underwater, Avril? "15 is my funk level." Oh, well, that's good to know. Great. I'm glad I know that. I'd be lost if I didn't know that.
There's a special move you can use your funk level for, I think.
Right.
You can get funky.
There are no kids underwater. Why can you go in the water if there's no kids in there? What's the point?
Because it'll happen one day. No, there could be secrets down there.
Oh, there's presents down there.
Yeah, see?
Well,
Presents.
I do look a bit like Harry Knowles, so I guess I want to collect the presents. That was a deep cut reference that no one understood.
Sounding more like a Deep Throat reference.
Oh,
as in you had a clitoris stuck down your throat. That's the plot of Deep Throat.
It makes me think of Curb Your Enthusiasm, where he has a pube down his throat. Oh, look, you can do a little, I am lame. Oh, great. Thanks, pedo.
Is this a 3-button game or a
Yeah, it
6-button
is.
pad? Because you know, like the Mega Drive also had a 6-button pad.
Yeah, for Street Fighter 2 mainly, wasn't it?
Oh, this is a rhythm section, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like Papa the Rapper.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I am the awesome guy, says the pedo. I've always wanted to be called that I'm a great person by a fucking paedophile, you filthy bastard. Have some more tins, you dirty little fucker. Stop playing with kids.
Ed, you're a great person.
Do you think I'm virtue seeking?
Yeah, that's it. Throw things at him.
I've gained the respect of the pedos. Oh, Niles.
They're going to make you an honor. They're going to give you the subscription to Nambler.
What? Where's these arrows Avril's talking about? She said follow the arrows. Is that an arrow, or is that just a flag?
You see on the hotbar, there's an arrow.
Oh! I've been looking on the actual screen. I see.
To be honest, it's expected, isn't it, by now?
What, that I should know better, or that the game should tell me things more clearly?
To be honest, I had this game. I never really enjoyed it that much. It looked cool, but it wasn't that fun to play for me.
Right.
Shake that tree. Shake it.
I found the little brat. It's a weird way to try and... I take it I'm trying to help these kids. It's just very strange. All earthlings jarred. Follow green arrow to the rocket pad. Fair play. I am boss.
You did it!
I know, I am the best at the video games.
At the video game.
Yes, and I didn't even lose a single man's.
You know what? This has got nice graphics, so 10 out of 10 in my Games Master review.
It has got good graphics. It is very
10
stylish.
out of 10. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I might
Nice
even go to
graphics,
11
10
to 10.
11.
11. You said it beautifully, Tubbs. Oh, I can't get out of the water again. What was it I was saying about being the best at video games?
I am a
can't get
video
out.
games master.
Get out water. Don't kill me now, not when I've got all the kids. Come on.
Get in grave. Get
Why?
in grave.
Oh, this is driving me nuts. Oh, there he goes. You know, it's like that bit in Peep Show where he's trying to fiddle with the desk at the end of work and he's with the key or something. He's like, this never works. Why do I never ever get this fixed? I should get this sorted. I really must do this tomorrow. Oh, it's worked. Never mind.
Wow. You've impressed us all with your mighty skills.
And now he's put the kids in his pedo spaceship and off it flies to the planet Pedo. Are you ready to go to the next level? No. I said
Come on,
no.
Take it to the next level.
Did you get all the earthlings here? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Did I ever?
Fuck me.
Right, that's enough of this game. It was quite fun. Quite enjoyed that in the end. I didn't like it at first, but I've been won over by its wily charms. Let's try something else.
Play theme park.
Well, it would have to be on the Mega Drive. That's the crap version.
Play something else then.
What a novel idea.
Play something good.
Yeah, Ed. Impress us.
Show us these awesome gaming skills you keep talking about.
I already have. You've seen amazing skill at Tie Jam and Earl. Did I not get all the kids into the pedo
You
vehicle?
drowned twice. We've got a request from Dee. It says, play Glay Lancer.
Play? Oh, Glay... Do you mean Grey Lancer or is...
I
Glay?
thought it might be a misprint, but he's...
Yeah, but he's typed it twice, so...
Yeah.
Alright, I'll have a look. I think I'm being wound up here, but...
Maybe it is a misprint, but the misprint is in the ROM that he's got.
Yeah, so he just assumes that's what it's called.
On that note, I've got a story about the while I was waiting in the Chinese one time, and I ordered my stuff and I was waiting for it to be prepared. Then the guy after me like orders his stuff, like chicken fried rice,
Yeah.
all that jazz. And at the end, he said, "And prawn crackers on the house." And like in my mind, I was thinking, there's either two options here. Either he's really arrogant and he's asking for free stuff, or he thinks that's what they're called. Because the first time he was in a Chinese restaurant,
They said on the house.
Said, prawn crackers on the house. Oh, the fabulous Chinese dish.
Yeah, it's one of the two. I'd hope the latter, because then he's just being an idiot as opposed to complete arsehole. Right, well, I found this game called Glay Lancer. It sounds like a homophobic who's drunk, doesn't it? Lancer. You're a fucking Lancer, you fucking bastard. Oh, I see.
I think you're going to have to talk Ed through it, D. I think... Or is it pretty
press start button, Ed.
Yes, I have. Okay. Oh, this is... I really should set this up for the analog stick. D-pad is awful on the 360 pad.
Oh, awful, isn't it? Oh.
Have you tried it, mate? It's really bad.
Yeah, I've got a 360 pad.
And do you use the D-pad on it?
Yeah, because I've always played with a D-pad.
And you don't think it's terrible?
Well, most D-pads are fairly terrible, but I've never played with an analog stick, so...
Yeah, I'm changing this. It's just not workable.
It's not as bad as the GameCube cheap controller I got, the unofficial one. Like, the D-pad, you press down, but it actually presses left as well, or right. It's like a really bad D-pad.
Okay, sorry. I'm just changing to analog. That should be better now. Oh, that's much better, yeah.
Apparently you can change your ship speed with the A button.
Oh, right. No, well... No, you can't. Oh, ship speed, I see. Oh, yeah, you can.
Thought you said shit speed.
Yeah. These games are alright. I'm not a massive fan.
Press A to control the width, the aperture of your shithole.
Press B to expand asshole.
Press the start button for it all to come out at once. Like the specials in Streets of Rage.
Oh no.
Prolapse button.
Prolapsed anus button, yeah.
Oh no, I've pressed the distended anus button. I'm flailing it around now.
Oh, God.
Ed, kill the things.
Yeah.
Shoot them. Do it. Do it now. Yeah, get that one. That one. No, not that one. The other one.
Oh, I have died. The galaxy is doomed. Luckily, just like real life, you have multiple lives. Also, who is eating crisps on my stream?
Estelle has been really disrespectful.
Yeah, I know. This is just... Honestly... Oh, for...
It's really unprofessional behaviour.
Well, he is a guest on my show and I have failed to control him, like in Alan Partridge.
I'm trying to teach... I'm trying to teach you a lesson, Ed.
A lesson in what? On letting idiots onto my stream.
Quite.
You broke off there, Del. Probably got too many crisps in your mouth. Your keyboard is probably clogged with crisps.
They're prawn crackers.
You're a prawn cracker, mate.
I got them on the house.
And the whole time, that man was you. Twilight Zone.
It was me, but older and bolder, and I never knew.
Maybe Dell quantum leaped into the man.
Yes.
What was I setting?
Why am I here, Al? Oh, it appears that you asked some prawn crackers on the house. And it set in a chain reaction of terrible events that led directly to World War III.
No, led directly to Brexit and Boris in power.
Yeah.
It was the stamping on the little insect in the dinosaur age, wasn't it?
Yeah, the butterfly effect. Yeah.
Now known as the prawn cracker.
The prawn cracker effect. Not a highly respectable science fiction story, I must say.
Well, wasn't one of Ellison's best, was it?
No. It wasn't up there with I Have No Mouth But I Must Scream. See, Del, I knew who you were talking about.
I know that story. I think I played radio play on Cat Radio way back.
He narrated it himself, didn't he?
I think this version.
Wasn't it a computer game as well?
Yeah, it's a great adventure game. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Because I remember that ended up being a reference into Wimble that year. Like, it was me and Zatek were pitched against each other, and so we were doing like our Photoshop rounds based on that.
Right. Yeah.
But also featuring the death of Micheal Jackson.
Ah.
Have you won yet, Ed?
No, but I saw what there was talking about. If you hold A, you go faster. It does make it significantly easier.
Do you wish you had that in real life?
An ability to go faster if I held A. If I held a what?
You don't like this sort of game, do you?
No. Is that quite obvious?
See, I love this type of game.
Oh, I bet you do. Can't get enough of
See,
it.
I prefer the sort of like button workout type of games rather than meandering all over the place and go, I forgot to take the Queen's hairbrush. Oh
Yes.
no, I've failed now.
Now the jester won't help me to unlock the prisoner from the king's dungeon.
Oh, now Flouncer's at it.
Oh, Flouncer, is that you now? Oh, for crying out loud. What a palaver. This is bloody crisp stream now. What are you bloody eating, Flouncer, for God's sake?
Some Walker's Max jalapeno and cheese crisp.
Oh, well, I hope you're enjoying them.
I am.
Oh, excellent. Good. I am happy about that.
Can you get a bit closer to the mic, Flouncer? I can't quite hear the
don't! He's
crunchiness.
eating crisps! Do not tell him to get closer to the mic when he's eating crisps.
I want to hear the texture. I'll give you a good crunch.
Right, yeah, I'm going to put on a Splatterhouse game like Avril suggests.
You are totally failing to control your guests.
Well, I could boot you, but...
You don't know how.
There is that. Oh, I think that's probably the main reason. Yeah.
You're also forgetting it's my Discord chat room.
Oh yeah. If anything, you could boot me.
Boot you.
Yeah.
I could mute you.
Oh no.
I think we should chuck him and just talk about wrestling.
I think so. Flouncer, who is your favourite wrestler of all time?
Oh, stop it. I mean, come
I'm
on.
not sure. Mick Foley's pretty hard to beat, really.
He is. It's that bit where he got thrown off the top of the Hell in the Cell. That was such an iconic moment.
Pretty fucking amazing.
Right, so anyway, I am playing Splatterhouse 2. This
It,
is a very
also, the
gory
time
game,
he,
and it involves you smashing things against walls with a big pipe, and they splat. And there's no wrestling involved, which I particularly like about it. I think that's one of its best
Can you
features,
not
that
play
there's
one-
no wrestling involved whatsoever.
Can you play one of the WWF games?
No, I bloody well can't. And if I did, you'd probably then stop talking about wrestling, knowing you. Anything other than the actual game that's on the screen.
Oh, these dissing you. He says this is a game that's made for 8-year-old boys.
Well, it's true, actually. I was probably 8 when I first played this.
Games, really.
Flouncer, move a bit closer to the mic or turn it up a bit more. It's so quiet.
It's really annoying, this microphone. I'm going to have to get a better one.
Yeah.
I have to put it right up to my mush like a fucking football announcer.
So I don't know how long I'll keep streaming for tonight, because yet again this is just being a complete disaster. But I think I'll play a film later.
You got anything in mind?
No, I'll just have a look, see what's... I've got so many on the hard drive, it's free choice, really. So come on, Del, I asked you before, you're going to have to keep an eye on chat. What was chat saying? Oh, Del's bloody disappeared again.
I've been vaguely keeping an eye on the chat.
Yeah, and are they saying anything interesting, Flouncer?
No, they're all cunts, really.
Ah, same as always then. Let me know if they say anything interesting. I hate this boss, it's so difficult. Because it's
Avril just said anything interesting.
and Avril literally just said anything interesting.
Play the WWF games, Ed. Play it.
No.
Play it.
You could make your own wrestler, Ed. This could be your route into appreciation of this wonderful art.
I don't understand the appeal of it, I really don't. Is it like essentially just EastEnders, just...
It is basically. I mean, I can't really. It's very hard to explain what the appeal of it is to somebody who doesn't immediately sort of enjoy it.
The thing is about wrestling is 90% of it is absolute crap, but that 10% is so good when they get it right. It's like, for example, when Daniel Bryan won the title at WrestleMania, the story and the build-up was pure accident, but it came to such a moment when he actually won the title.
Right.
It was quite emotional.
Sure. I mean, to be fair, I don't understand sports in general, so...
The thing with wrestling, it's because it's predetermined, then the backstage stuff becomes almost more interesting than what's on screen.
The theatrics of it, yeah.
Because there's so much weirdness that goes on behind the scenes. Like people that walk out at the last minute, so weird booking decisions get made, or things that, like an injury comes up, someone gets injured, so they have to switch the title to someone else. And suddenly they become popular when they shouldn't have had a chance in the first place.
Okay, I mean... I don't like EastEnders either, so I'm probably just not into that sort of thing generally. The soap opera aspect, I mean.
But do you like blood and gore?
Yeah, I guess I do, yeah.
You might like some of the more sort of hardcore wrestling then.
Oh, I've seen that, like Louis Theroux did an episode about that, where they cut themselves with razor blades, and I don't think...
Yeah, that sort of thing.
I wouldn't actually enjoy that, because that's real life gore. Like, I like...
No, You see, that's where the good wrestlers get you, because you think it's real, but it isn't. It's only the bad ones that actually get injured.
Hmm.
So if they're doing their job, they convince you that it's real, and that's where you get involved in it. So someone will come up and like beat the crap out of someone, so you'll hate them so much that you want to see them being beaten.
Right. But I think I'd just have it in my head the whole time that none of this is real, it's all theatric. But then I suppose you could say that about a film or a play. So, yeah.
You see,
It requires some sort of suspension of disbelief, doesn't it, really, I guess?
Yeah.
But, for example, you played Bitter Moon the other night.
Yeah.
It's like, in the context of that film, they built up that character who ended up in the wheelchair.
Yeah.
That if he had got beaten up, you would be on the side that was beating him up, right?
Sorry, can you explain that again?
It's like that film successfully put him over as a pure on it.
A what?
You know, the guy in the wheelchair, like when he starts talking to the girl and like putting her down and undermining.
Yeah.
And at that point, you want to see him get his comeuppance, don't you?
Yeah.
That's what wrestling's like.
Right. Okay. I see what you mean. Yeah.
A really good example of that is Andy Kaufman. Have you ever watched the
Man on the Moon?
Oh yeah, big fan of it. I love his bit with Jerry the King on Letterman.
Yeah.
Where like you think because it's on an ordinary show, they're like doing an interview, and then he like gets really annoyed. So Jerry the King punches him in the face, and everyone thinks it's.
And Andy Kaufman was really good at sort of building up heat and making people hate him.
He'd only wrestle women, wouldn't he?
Yeah, he declared himself the world intergender wrestling champion, and he'd only fight women. And this was like in America.
Yeah, so they hated him.
And he'd like sort of come out with a bar of soap and like tell people like, I know you don't recognise this, but this is a bar of soap. You're supposed to wash yourselves with it. And he'd sort of really wind them up in quite a beautiful way.
I think we're losing Ed again.
Yeah. I was just looking at the chat. They're talking about, video games, the thing we're actually streaming about.
Well, if you played wrestling games, it'd be on theme.
Yeah, you've got to adapt, Ed.
No, this is not right nor fair. You should adapt to my.
Well, you've got to take a lead on the conversation, otherwise we're going to talk about trains or something.
I try, and then you keep bloody bringing wrestling up again, and it goes all circular, and then I get bored and I stop listening and I just start playing the game. So anyway, they in chat are talking about video games. You remember what those are, right? And
no.
They're talking about, and they're talking.
Are those things that they've advertised in between the breaks to the wrestling matches?
Yeah, those are the ones. Right, and they're talking about Flashback, which I'll probably play after this, which is a great game. And then they talked about Heart of the Alien on the Mega CD, which is the kind of almost unofficial sequel. It's officially a sequel, but it had no involvement of the original developer, and it's really bad.
Ed, if you don't want to play any WWF games, right?
Yes.
How about you play a WCW game? All right, no, I'll push it too far. How about an ECW game?
I wonder if I just stop responding, will that shut you up?
No, because then me and Flowers will just continue to talk. You can't win.
I'm not inviting you on this again, mate. You know that. I'm sorry, but you've peed on your metaphorical chips here, mate.
You're listening to Ed's Crisps and Wrestling podcast. I think he's just had a technical issue. He's unplugged something he shouldn't have had.
Well, I can relate to that. So I'm putting on It Came from the Desert, which is about giant ants, which sounds like good value to me.
Like the film Them.
Yes, indeed. It's pretty much directly based upon that. And then they announced a film version of It Came from the Desert, and I was very excited about it. And then the trailer came out, and it was just, oh. Or it's kind of the red letter media thing. It was, oh? Oh. Oh.
Oh no.
Yes.
Why?
Yeah, the whole game was set in like the sort of 50s to reflect them and that, and it was all set in modern times, and it was real sci-fi channel low grade or schlock with jokes and what I mean, like that sort of thing.
Spunky women.
Yeah,
with their quips.
Women with their quips, quipping all over the place. Yeah,
Quipping and putting people down and like holding a gun.
Yeah, this is not the game I was hoping it would be. Because there's a version of this that's a adventure game.
It looks like a shit Contra.
Yeah, with ridiculous. You move incredibly slowly, and if you hit the sand mole thing, you get damaged, and it keeps cornering you.
It's like Contra meets Snake.
Except if you weren't controlling the snake, and also shit. This is, oh no. This is quite possibly one of the worst games I've ever played. I can tell this already. This is, although
it's like they're going too fast, aren't they?
Yeah. I've tried holding down the button to see if I can speed up, and you can't. Although it needs to be noted in the ROM list, this was noted as beta.
So it could be someone's hack.
Or some half-finished game. Noddy says this Tremors. Yeah, it's more Tremors than It Came from the Desert. Where are the ants? I mean, I presume that the ants are the ones making these tracks, but that is more Tremors than ants.
Yeah, and ants don't do that. Is Founcey going to come back?
Oh, who knows? I don't know.
Who knows?
He's probably gone and buy a multi-pack of crisps.
Hopefully. I hope he's got like a variety pack of different textures. I think that would really add to the cast. If he like got some quavers, skips, perhaps some Doritos. Get a real cornucopia of crisp going, like a whole banquet. You get some posh ones as well, like some kettle chips. That should have a nice crunch.
Yeah, I hope that's what he's doing. I really genuinely do, because that would be fantastic. Echo the Dolphin, I'll try that.
Don't. You'll be disappointed.
Oh no, I used to own it. So it can't be. Frazzle's next, I hope, says Noddy. Yes, Frazzle.
Coming up after the break.
Look forward to that, folks. Stay connected. Hit that like and subscribe. Frazzle's coming up.
Do you find that a lot of modern cinematography has gone to shit?
Yes, I do, yeah. Well, I think just generally most modern cinema has gone to shit.
I think that might be down not to the filmmakers, but the technology they're using.
Or abusing, more accurately.
Because with like digital cameras, I think it captures like the light differently.
I mean, for me, the difference between digital and film stock is largely similar to the difference between an MP3 and a record player. With a record player, you've got the earthy tone, the scratches. It adds to the atmosphere. It adds to that filmic feel. With digital, it's too clean.
Yeah, it's like in a lot of music. I know you're not huge into music, but in modern production, everything like the drums is now put onto a grid, so everything is perfectly timed. It might as well be a machine. It's like done in the edit. But if you listen to the older stuff, what gives it that groove, that feel, is the mistakes, like them playing behind the beat, slightly fast or speeding up throughout the record.
Exactly.
Gives it that
Exactly.
that extra drive to it.
Technical imperfection can be a better result.
It's like there's a great little mistake in Louie Louie by the Kingsmen, where the story behind it was the person producing the record didn't like them, so he pissed off out of the room and said, "You record it." So they had like one take to do it, and they recorded it. But in the background, the drummer drops his sticks, and you can hear him slightly in the background going, "Oh fuck." And that's remained there ever since.
Right, yeah, and it wouldn't feel complete without it now, right?
Yeah, it's like that. That's the vibe. They're trying to get it done in a hurry. No one likes them. Like magic is happening.
Yeah. You can't plan for everything, creativity-wise. Things just happen.
Like at the beginning of Roxanne by the Police, the start is slightly out of key, and then it sort of goes up in key slightly, back into tune.
Right. And it sounds great the way that happens. Yeah. I know the song, I just can't think what you're specifically referring to.
It's something that you don't notice, but if you do know, it's like, oh, okay. Because it has like a little intro, and then the intro is slightly out of tune to the rest of the song.
Yeah.
But it sort of acts into that sort of feeling your way into it, and then it changes.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. The other problem with modern films is the overuse of CGI.
There is that. It's the best CGI is the CGI that you don't notice. So stuff like backgrounds or placing real things together that weren't there. It's like there's really good effects like that we've never noticed. It's like Mad Max Fury Road's filled with that sort of thing.
Although I hate the colour grade on that. I know it's very purposely stylised that way, but I absolutely hate it. It was originally why do I forget his name? Miller. What's his name? The director's name? Directed the last segment of Twilight Zone, the movie, and all the other Mad Maxes as well. It's something Miller.
Yeah. George Miller.
Thank you. Yeah, he wanted it to be black and white, but the studio weren't happy with that, because what studios are like. Oh, watch something a bit different. Oh, no. So he seemed to go in the opposite direction and saturate the colours to, I think, quite horrible, gaudy extents.
He's had a strange career, because obviously he's done all the Mad Max movies.
And then he did children's stuff, didn't he?
Yeah, Babe, Pig in the City and Happy Feet.
Yes, it's really bizarre. I mean, it's good to...
Yeah, they're both examples of really good kids' movies.
Yeah. I think he's a very talented guy.
So, what was the last good comedy movie? I quite that funny.
You cut out for a moment there, Del.
Saying I quite like The Nice Guys, but it wasn't that funny.
God, that's bloody Shane Black, isn't it?
Yes, the Shane Black one.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I haven't seen the film, so I should reserve judgment, but I'm just not a fan of his style generally.
Probably Hot Fuzz.
Oh, yeah. We talked about that on the forum, or chat rather, the other day, didn't we? I'm not a huge fan of that trilogy. That's my favourite out of the three, though.
But then I found like the best comedy films are actually really good drama films as well, and like the comedy does come from the characters.
Right.
Whereas the films that set out to be, I'm a comedy film, where it's like a series of sketches that could be done by anyone, aren't that funny.
Yeah, I agree. It's all about character. A film is meaningless unless you have characters you care about.
So there's been cases where there's been films that have had very funny moments in, like Little Miss Sunshine's got some fantastic comedy moments in. But it isn't necessarily straight. It's not necessarily a straight out and out comedy. You might like it because it's got some very dark stuff. It deals with like family units and person who wants to
I like the way
suicide.
you might like it because it's got some dark stuff like suicide and. But you're absolutely correct, of course. I just find it humorous that that's what people expect me to like. But yeah, you're
spot
spot
on. The
on.
last couple of films,
Yeah,
you're into stuff about family breakups. I think that's the thing.
I mean, that sort of goes back to my childhood, so it makes sense that I'd relate to it.
It's like a very, very personal issue for me. Some of my favourite films are time travel based. I find the whole idea of different types of time travel quite fascinating.
Yeah.
Whether it's you can change it or whether it's already happened, or whether you create parallel universes.
Yeah.
I like the debate between the different styles that you can have.
The only issue with anything time travel related is that inevitably you're always going to have paradoxes and stuff that doesn't really make sense if you proper analyse it.
Oh yeah, but people get confused with like what version of time travel they are, so they go, "Well, that can't happen. How can they change that?" Like people might
but
say,
this is a parallel universe thing. Yeah.
Yeah, this is this theory. They've explained what type they've had, and you just go along with it. So, like in Back to the Future, they do the whole diagram thing. You go, well, it splits off from this point, and that's how they resolve their paradoxes. But it still has other paradoxes in, like, if Doc had gone back to the Wild West, why didn't he invest money in them, become like rich, and leave it to himself when he was in like the 50s and 60s?
Yeah. I mean, I do think this is perhaps a bit hypocritical for me to say, but I do think some movies it helps if you. I don't want to use the phrase because I hate it, but turn off your brain, like, or just not overanalyze it. But that is very hypocritical because that is generally what I do with movies. I guess it's whether you enjoy it or not.
Yeah.
If you're not enjoying something, you're going to think about it and start analysing it.
It becomes exposed, and you start focusing on the objective things.
Yeah.
More than you would do.
And that's a great use of objective versus subjective, yeah.
Whereas if you've gone for the ride and you invested in the characters, you don't notice the imperfections so much.
Yep, exactly, yeah.
It's like, for example, a lot of people never noticed at the end of the Back to the Future 3 that there's a boy pointing at his penis in the back.
No, I saw that. He clearly just needed the toilet, the actor.
Oh, clearly, but the fact that it's left in, but one's noticed it.
But people posted that for ages, sort of going like, what is it about? Oh, it's so creepy. Why is he pointing to his penis? And it's like, well, clearly he just needed a toilet. Yeah. It's not that. Yeah. I don't need to be Columbo to figure this one out, folks. Come on.
Yeah, his mum's standing off screen behind the camera.
Precisely. Yeah. They must have been kicking themselves in the edit when they saw that. Like, oh, for fuck's sake. Because nowadays they just digitally erase it. But
no, they probably saw it and thought it was funny, because they always put like little jokes in, like in one of the Indiana Jones films. One of the hieroglyphs is RDD2 and CP30.
Oh yeah, but that's not a mistake. That's
no, but it's like if like something happened, they thought it was amusing, and the rest was fine or a good performance, you'd leave it in.
Yeah.
Like if someone like fell over hilariously but carried on the scene, you'd leave it in, even though it's technically a mistake.
Yeah, true.
And it's like, did that little boy pointing at his winky ruin the film? And the fact that no one noticed for years, the answer is no, it didn't.
And it just makes it extra enjoyable when you watch it now. You sort of just chuckle to yourself and think, ha ha ha.
Exactly. It's like it actually enhances it, and that's a great example of what we're talking about leaving the imperfections in.
Yeah. It's all come back to that. Yeah.
I find that in modern films as well is the acting a lot of the time is very flat. You don't feel like they're real characters.
Yeah, I mean, there's two well, there's, I suppose, 3 different types of acting. Bad acting, but there's also very grounded, realistic acting, and then there's theatrical acting.
But I think in the current crop of actors, the style has very much changed what Hollywood's looking for. It's looking for identical people to fit into that role. It doesn't matter who you are. You're just a body to stand in that scene.
Well, I just don't know what's happened to actors in general. You know, we used to have the big stars, and they had real charisma and presence. And now everyone just feels like a second-rate Saturday Night Live performer.
Yeah.
Like Chris Hemsworth and stuff. People seem to love him, but I'm sorry, but I'm sure he's a nice enough guy, and that comes across in his performance, but I'm not particularly impressed by his performance.
Sorry, which guy was that?
Chris Hemsworth.
Oh, Chris Hemsworth.
Just to pick a guy at random. Like.
I know, I actually find him fairly amusing. He was the best thing about the Ghostbusters reboot.
People always say that, and I don't agree.
But that's because you've decided you're not really fussed on him, so...
No, it's not. It's because of the way his character was, I say written, it's all improvised. It's so unbelievable.
His character doesn't work as a character.
No one would be that moronic. It's not funny because I don't buy into it. It's like a children's TV version of a stupid person.
It's a version of a stupid person.
A what version? Sorry. Oh, you keep breaking out there, mate. Like...
I'm breaking out in fun.
God, these air bubbles are difficult to get in this game, man. I'm going to have to change something else. This was not designed with an Xbox 360 controller in mind, strangely enough.
Or a Mega Drive controller.
It's true, it's always been a bit of a bitch to control Echo the Dolphin.
Yeah. It's a beautiful game. Great ideas behind it, but the controls just make it unplayable for me.
Yeah.
Because it's either going really slowly or too fast. There's no in between.
There was a sequel on Dreamcast, wasn't there?
There was one on the Mega CD. There was a second one.
Yeah, but there was a 3D one as well. I think it was the last one the developers made, and then they closed down.
I think Flouncer is waiting to come back in the chat at some point.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm going for a ciggy break, so I'll put some music on, and we'll pick back up in about 5 minutes or so.
Oh, okay.
Is that right? Or...
Yeah, it's just you don't know how to mute me, do you?
You can mute yourself, though, can't you?
I told you how to do it, Ed.
Ah, right. Hold on. Right. Oh, the headphones, wasn't it?
It was the headphones.
So I click
sorry
on...
about that. I am vaguely around.
Hi, Flouncer. Sorry. Yeah, we're just taking a 5-minute break, and then we'll be back again.
Okay.
I'll see you back in 5.
Five minutes later.
Oh, Ed, I can smell those cigarettes on you.
Yeah, I'll bloody reek of them, mate.
Yeah.
Lovely
Hang on. Ed, stand still.
I now smell of lynx. Thanks, mate. I don't know what kind of lynx that is, but I think it's Africa, isn't it? Lynx Africa.
It says in here, lynx cunt.
The natural scent of yes.
It says lynx cunt, unleash the flange.
Unleash the flange. Man.
The flange inside us all.
You gotta search for the flange within yourself.
See, you do like some music. I noticed you play Radiohead a fair bit.
They are one of my favourite bands, but the main issue is that I really just need to download more songs.
But I thought you had your dad's collection.
I do. I could go through that, and it's all good stuff. But I preferred stuff to play stuff I'm already really into. But I've only got a small collection. I just need to devote a couple of days to just going and copying all my CDs onto MP3 or something.
So, are you into the whole Radiohead canon, or do you have a specific era you're into?
Well, I like everything, but for different reasons, and it depends what mood you're in. I think Pablo Honey is probably their most accessible and popish album, but OK Computer is probably their best for me. Then you got The Bends is excellent. That's a sort of midway point between the two. Kid A took a while to get into, but once it clicks, it really clicks.
You see, I always think of Kid A and Amnesiac as being two sides of the same coin.
Yeah, I agree with that. Because
like,
they're very similar, aren't they, really?
Well, I think they're telling a story. This is my... I used to post a lot on the Radiohead news group back in the day. Let's go. This is a time of when Kid A came out.
Ah, so you're a bit of a fan yourself, then?
I was. I'm more of a lapsed fan these days. But...
Yeah.
But my belief is it's all about like an impending apocalypse coming, about the sea levels rising. And so like the first album, Kid A, is like before the flood, and which is why it's all sort of technological stuff and things, and you get that sort of iceberg sort of theme going and stuff. And then Amnesiac is about after the flood, once all the old technologies are being forgotten. That's why you've got stuff like the Pyramid Song, which is all underwater, and you've got like old jazz horns where it's like older styles of music are creeping back in.
I really like that, man. I think that's a really cool sort of way to think about things. I never really approached music in that way, I've got to say, but I really like your thinking on that.
Yeah, it's like if you look at some of like the album artwork, it's like, because I had the original release of Kid A, and if you peeled off the back bit, there was a secret booklet behind it.
Yeah, I remember that, man. Yeah.
And I thought that was really cool. I got really into it. In fact,
Yeah, I've got all the the special limited editions and stuff. I was a huge fan back in the day.
it's like I'd buy stuff off the website, off of Waste. So I've got Stanley Donwood's poetry book here called Slowly Downward, because it's a play on his name. And that's like full of little poems, because he did a lot of the artwork with Tom York. And it's quite interesting. Like, I can read you a short one.
Yeah, go for it, man. Yeah.
I found a page for the short ones. Some of them go on a bit. This one's very short. It's called Exclamations. It says, some of the days that go by should have exclamation marks after them. Yesterday had photorealistic houses, but painted flames coming from the roofs. I saw it from up on the hill. And that's like just a little bit like that. It's like all very weird, but it's printed on hemp as well.
Non-hemp?
It's on a hemp booklet, which I think is technically illegal.
Because but hemp's not. I'm confused. Do you mean literally hemp? Like,
well, it's like the paper is made of hemp.
yeah, but that's not illegal.
It's like pulped. I believe it is in some states in America.
Oh, that's
or at least
ridiculous. You're not really going to get much of a hit off smoking hemp.
No, but it's just connected, isn't it? It's like, it was weird because in the Second World War they were encouraged to grow hemp, and then suddenly after the war it's like, no, can't grow that.
Yeah, the laws need changing. I know you don't do drugs of any description, although you might drink coffee. I don't know.
No, I don't drink tea or coffee.
No,
I think it's a waste of people's time, really. It's
not
like
just your time, but everyone's time.
Oh no, trust me, it is. It's like the amount of efficiency that's lost to having a tea or drinks break. Because people have a tea or coffee break, but not add it to their proper break time. So they'll still take their full hour's break, but teas and coffees on top.
I think people just like to sit there so they can have a sip and go.
And I found a lot of people who smoke end up sacrificing their break for non-defined cigarette breaks instead.
Just
And
to-
that's kind of sad in a way because they never get a time to just sit there and compose themselves and have something to eat.
Yeah,
They're
I
always...
used to try and pack 3 cigarettes into a ciggy break just to really top up with the nicotine. Because you'd be having to work for another 6 or 7 hours after that.
Yeah, it's a really tricky one because in the European Time Directive, it said there is no written law that means that you're allowed a cigarette break. All it says in terms of break time is if you work 6 hours, you're entitled to 20 minutes. If you work more than that, then you may be entitled to more.
Which
but
is
it doesn't
fair
specify.
enough because you can't be giving special breaks for people with addiction problems. That's ludicrous. Because also it would encourage people to smoke, because then all the employees would be going, well, if I take up smoking, I get to have more breaks in the day.
Yeah, but then again, what's the quality of the break to feed your habit? It's not really a break, is it?
It's all a bit depressing, particularly once, you're no longer allowed to smoke indoors now, so during the winter when it's pissing down with rain, you're stood outside like a fucking leper.
And a lot of the time you're not allowed to smoke outside of the building, so you've got to hide yourself away somewhere.
Yeah.
Like a leper.
Again,
Go
like
over
a
there.
leper. Yeah.
Go over there. Have your cigarette break.
Go on with your hand that's falling off holding your fucking cigarette. Oh no, that's actual lepers, sorry.
But the thing I find most bemusing is people of 18, 19 still picking up the smoking habit. So you've got a clean start. Why do you want that shit?
Well, I was around that age when I did, and like I said before, that was so I could hang out with a girl I fancied. That really is the lowest of the low. I mean, come on now.
That's on the same level as asking for prawn crackers on the house.
It is kind of similar. I don't think it's that bad.
You'll be glad to note that I finished my prawn crackers.
I am very happy about that, but what else have you got? You've probably got a bloody bucket of popcorn or something.
I've got Brutellas!
Oh, you fucker.
All in individually noisy wrappers.
Oh, Del. Why must you do this?
I don't know.
You know,
Bloody tasty.
I'm going to create a special little outtake section for YouTube that's just going to be labelled cunts. And it's going to be you and a Flouncer fucking munching on fucking snacks during my stream.
Sweets have brought him back. Hello, Flouncer.
Yeah. Hello, Flouncer.
Sorry, I was just eating pasta and meatballs. But
You should have done it on air. He would have loved that.
No.
Get a decent crunch out of them, you know.
No, but you could get good sucking sound
Yeah,
on the
slurp.
spaghetti.
So, should I put another game on, I think? In fact, why am I asking? Because this is my stream and I do what I want.
That's it. You gotta have the vision, Ed.
Yeah.
Don't make me open another packet of crisps.
No, I'm sure you'll save that for the most inappropriate moment.
Pringles this time.
Oh, you get a good crunch on them now.
You're listening to Crisp FM. All the crisps. What the fuck? Did someone just start a vibrator? What the fuck?
I'm just trying to throw weird sounds in.
Don't deny that you accidentally just sat on your vibrator, man.
It's actually a Black & Decker dustbuster that's going flat.
That you use for other purposes.
Can you hear it running down? That's making the highlights.
Yes. So this is Lethal Enforcer's game I used to have for Mega Drive with the actual gun that you could use as well.
And you're playing it without the gun.
Yeah. It won't be the
Do you not
same.
see the problem?
I do.
Yeah, there's a problem.
I don't think I've seen a Mega Drive gun before.
Yeah, it did exist. I think it was
The
actually
Menace.
called... No, that was the SNES. I think it was just called the Enforcer. Because I think pretty much the only game that you could actually use it with was the Lethal
No,
Enforcer's game.
there was a Terminator game.
Oh, that's right, T2, the arcade game. I forgot about that, yeah.
And you got like a 6-pack with it as well of various gun games.
I thought you were going to say like a 6-pack of beer or something.
No, it is the Menace. It's the Sega Menace.
Is it? Well, what's the one for SNES called then?
It's called the Super Scope.
Oh, well, that's told me then. And I've died already. This does not work well without.
Oh, we've got an anon in the chat saying that the Enforcer was Konami's gun and the Menacer was Sega's, and the SNES one was apparently the Super Scope.
Ah, okay, so I was half right then. Thank you, Anonymous.
Oh, it was thee.
30 Anons agree.
Thanks, thee.
That's killed that banter.
Yeah, thanks for that, thee. Please feel free to kill banter anytime you like.
Thee, the banter killer. Banter man. Banter man.
Goes through the night, killing banter. I think I was trying to do something that rhymes and then I couldn't think of anything.
That reminds me of Limmy's thing. He did this character called Malcolm, who ran the politics bar. I think they were all Vines or something. They're on YouTube. That was pretty funny.
The last time I watched a Limmy stream, he was trying to do a Eurodance version of Ace of Spades. It was
right.
like it was
on his karaoke thing.
No, it wasn't karaoke. He had like some editing program, and he was literally placing like the Eurotrance beats and like singing Ace of Spades over the top. So he's literally making his own mix.
Oh, that's right. Thee just said you could use the Konami gun on Snatcher on the Mega CD, which indeed you could.
Shoot the woman.
Have either of you played Snatcher before? It's a pretty good game.
No, I never had a Mega CD.
No, my friend had one. He was the rich kid.
There's that really good Western one that was on Games Master a couple of weeks ago.
I'm trying to think what that was.
Mad Dog McGraw or something.
Oh, Mad Dog McCree arcade machine. Yeah. Also for
I
Mega
remember
CD.
playing that back in the day.
Yeah.
I used to really love Point Blank.
I love Point Blank. It's one of my favourite games. It's one of the few games that my dad's actually enjoyed playing with me as well. That and PGA Tour for the PC, which is such a dad game. Golf games.
I used to play PGA Tour Golf 95 for the Mega Drive with my dad.
Oh man, happy times, yeah.
Yeah. We used to play Terminator, the first Terminator game. It was just ridiculously difficult.
Was it what for the Mega Drive?
Yeah.
That was. I was a master at that, but once you mastered it, you learnt why it was so difficult, because it takes 15 minutes to complete, literally 15 minutes when you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll put something else on. Last... Oh no, that's terrible. I was going to say Last Action Hero, but that's a terrible game. Marble Madness I absolutely love, but I don't know what it'll be like on the Mega Drive. Let's give it a go. I
know a good Mega Drive game, Psycho Pinball.
Ah, yeah, okay, I'll put that on afterwards. I know that one.
It was a late release Codemaster one. I think the carts are quite valuable for that, because I don't think it went to America. Just checking out the eBay price. See if I'm right. Not that much. £7.95 plus £3 postage. So I guess okay. the demand isn't there for it.
No.
Because we're now getting to a point where, for that era of games, the rarity value is now being outweighed by the playability value. So the carts, like your Marios and things like that, are getting worth more. Where like your super rare stuff, apart from your extremely rare like 10 only stuff, is getting worth less because it's just so bad you don't want it.
Yeah. I keep thinking, should I sell my PS1 games collection? Because I was looking on eBay and that actually worth, especially because my tastes mean I've got quite a lot of games that didn't sell well but are highly regarded.
It's like, do you still have all the manuals?
Oh yeah, they're all fully boxed and manuals and everything.
No crack cases.
No, there are a few crack cases, but I thought, can't you buy replacement cases?
You can, but then
Replacement jewel cases.
but then like if you were to go, which this is something they're doing now. You know, in card collecting, like baseball cards and football cards, you can get them graded and put in like a plastic case.
By a guy with one of those little sort of monocle type things in his eye, who studies it and says, "Oh no, I'm afraid this is a forgery."
Yes. Well, they're starting to do that to games now, which is interesting because if you could change the jewel case on it, when does it stop being original? And when does it become modified?
I guess, but if I can dupe some sucker who doesn't know better on eBay, it doesn't really matter, does it?
Well, it's like that's where the experts come in, and there'll be like a certain like style of plastic they'll go in to go, oh yeah, I can see this is a replacement case because the plastic is a slightly different type of plastic than the one that they usually used on the first run.
Yeah.
And that will happen.
Also,
Investors will ruin it for everyone.
The manuals are probably all smoke damaged. And
oh, smoke damage is a killer.
it will turn everything yellow, doesn't it?
And, well, it smells as well.
Yeah, it stinks. Yeah.
So you've made your game practically worthless now.
Oh no.
By smoking.
Shift workers appeared.
Hello, Shifty.
Hi, Shifty. At least I didn't say shitty.
You're listening to the Pringle by Right Said Brett.
This is driving me nuts playing this because I am actually really good at this game and I've got evidence. You can go on my YouTube channel and see my high score of the arcade version. It does not play right on the Mega Drive.
Yeah, because it's an isometric. Didn't it normally have a rollerball on the
That's
arcade?
correct, yeah. And the playing it through MAME actually does a pretty good job of mimicking that feel with the analog stick. But this is trying to mimic 4-directional D-pad with an analog stick, and it's not working as it should.
If you want to get that Marble Madness feel, but with better controls, try the Super Monkey Ball games.
Oh yeah, no, I love them. We talked about them before, man. They're great. Yeah.
I might play one on stream at some time. Now I've got my Wii all sorted.
Yeah, because you actually, like you were saying, because I had it for GameCube, but you're saying with the Wii or Switch, if it's available for that, you can actually tilt, which seems ideal.
The motion sensitive.
So you're actually tilting the level. That's brilliant. Yeah.
It's weird because I'm not quite used to it. Cause I'm used to playing it on the Game Boy Advance version with the D-pad, so the control system is a bit weird to get in. I'm not keen on motion controls, to be honest.
I didn't like them either, no.
Because if I'm playing a game, I want to be sat in a seat, not physically getting exercise with my hands and arms.
It's a novelty that wears off incredibly quickly. And then you just want to be able to press a button to do what you want to do. You don't want to faff around waving a controller like an idiot.
Unless the controls are so sort of obvious, like with a fishing game perhaps, might be so obvious that you see a fish, so you cast your controller. It's like I can see that.
Like the Dreamcast fishing game, bass fishing, yeah.
I could see that being workable because you're not doing it all the time, sort of waiting for your moment.
Yeah.
Whereas with like Super Monkey Ball, you'd have to keep your arms up like you were driving a car or something for the duration.
Yeah, which is it's fun for 5 minutes, and it's fun for your family who never usually play computer games to sort of go, "Ooh, this is fun, isn't it?"
In multiplayer, it's perfect. It's like seeing your family flailing around.
It's essentially like what the arcades became when they started falling out of favour, and it became all novelty based, like Dance Dance Revolution and things like
Which
that.
I loved. I loved Dance Dance.
Big fan myself as well. I've spent many an hour
I used to love
dancing like an idiot.
Kung Fu Fighting because it had that one bit where you did like the stomp with both the feet at the same time.
I've not
On
seen
the
that one.
bit.
Oh, the song. Sorry, I see.
Yeah.
I thought you meant an arcade machine called Kung Fu Fighting, where you kick and punch.
I'm sure that exists, to be honest.
Yeah, must
I'd
do.
love to see Dell doing that.
Oh, come on, with his builder bum hanging out.
Only 2 people got to see that.
Yeah, I
That
missed
exclusive content. That exclusive content.
that exclusive DLC content.
That's
That was
it.
one of the few times I've actually missed Dell's stream, and that happened.
Yeah, I know, same as man. Like, yeah.
You see, that's the problem when you go with cameras and you physical media. As you'll
Yeah.
know if you've ever gone car booting or into like
Well-
second-hand shops and
Yeah.
you're crate digging.
Well, like my dream last night, man. You know, that's
You dreamed about my
ultimate
ass,
fear.
did you?
No, about remember I said about having a good old wank on the webcam.
A Tommy tank,
Yeah, that's
a bit
imagine,
of hand-to-gland combat.
like the guy who actually did that. It's just how do you carry on in life after that? I can't imagine.
Taking Willy the One-Eyed Wonder Walk.
Have you got any
Sorry,
more?
you know I do. I've got about 10 minutes of it.
All right, bashing the bishop.
I played you the track, didn't I, once?
Yeah, I got flashbacks to that when you made your analogy there, Dell.
Cooling down for more mayo. Making stomach pancakes.
Oh, what's the one from League of Gentlemen? Shaking hot white coconuts from the tree of love. And also Madame Palm and her 5 lovely daughters cavorting with, yeah.
What was it called, that game?
Clacks.
Clacks.
Yeah. It's a port of an arcade game. It's quite good.
Yeah,
It's got lovely sounds that you can't hear, unfortunately, but
Yeah, that's quite frustrating.
pretty much gamed out now, man.
You got to pick a film now, then.
Yeah. I'll put some music on first, and while that's playing, I'll choose something.
Don't be Radiohead.
No.
Don't play that Bob Dylan song again. This is where he works out how to kick us again.
Midnight out,